Tragedy strikes. Iran's president perishes in helicopter crash. The world awoke to shocking news this morning. Iran's president had died in a helicopter crash. The news, first reported by Iranian state media, sent shockwaves across the globe. The incident, shrouded in mystery, has left many questions unanswered. As we grapple with the sudden loss of a prominent world leader, we are left to ponder the implications for Iran, the region, and the world. This tragedy comes at a particularly sensitive time for Iran. The nation has been grappling with internal economic challenges and external pressures related to its nuclear program. The sudden absence of the president, a stabilizing force in Iranian politics, throws the country into a state of uncertainty. The coming days and weeks will be crucial as Iran navigates this unexpected transition. The international community has responded with a mix of condolences and cautious observation. World leaders expressed their sympathies while also acknowledging the potential for instability in the wake of this tragedy. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of leadership and the unpredictable nature of global events. As we delve deeper into the details of this tragic incident, we must also look ahead. The future of Iran hangs in the balance. The nation's political landscape, its relationships with the international community, and its internal stability are all at stake. The world watches with bated breath as Iran embarks on this uncertain journey. The crash details remain murky. Details surrounding the helicopter crash remain scarce. Iranian state media, the primary source of information, has released limited and often conflicting reports. The crash reportedly occurred in a mountainous region, making access and investigation difficult. The cause of the crash is yet to be determined, with authorities focusing on mechanical failure or adverse weather conditions. However, the lack of transparency and conflicting reports have fueled speculation and rumors. Some have questioned the official narrative, suggesting foul play might be involved. Others have pointed to the president's recent political battles and the potential for internal sabotage. The absence of concrete evidence makes it difficult to discern truth from speculation. Adding to the confusion, Iranian authorities have restricted access to the crash site, further limiting independent investigations. The limited information available has left international observers and analysts struggling to piece together a clear picture of the events. The lack of transparency only exacerbates existing tensions and mistrust between Iran and the West. As investigations continue, the world waits for answers. The truth behind the crash holds significant implications for Iran's political future. A thorough and transparent investigation is crucial to dispel rumors and address concerns about potential foul play. The world will be watching closely as Iran navigates this sensitive and complex situation. A life of service remembering Iran's president. Iran's president, whose life was tragically cut short, was a figure of considerable complexity. A career politician, he rose through the ranks of Iran's political system, navigating its intricate power dynamics. His tenure as president was marked by both successes and challenges, reflecting the complexities of leading a nation like Iran. He was known for his pragmatic approach to governance, seeking to balance Iran's internal needs with its international relations. He played a key role in negotiating the Iran nuclear deal, a landmark agreement aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief. This deal, while controversial, demonstrated his commitment to finding diplomatic solutions to complex global issues. Domestically, he faced the daunting task of managing Iran's economy, which has been plagued by sanctions and internal inefficiencies. He implemented reforms aimed at stimulating economic growth and improving the lives of ordinary Iranians. While his efforts yielded some positive results, he also faced criticism for his handling of economic issues, particularly from those who felt the pace of progress was too slow. His legacy will be debated for years to come. He was a man who operated within a complex political system, striving to balance competing interests and navigate a challenging geopolitical landscape. His sudden departure leaves a void in Iranian leadership, raising questions about the future direction of the nation. The political landscape, a nation in transition. Iran's political landscape is a complex tapestry of competing factions, ideologies, and ambitions. The president's sudden death throws this delicate balance into disarray. The nation now faces a period of uncertainty as it grapples with the question of succession and the potential for political instability. The Iranian constitution outlines a clear process for succession. The Speaker of the Parliament will assume presidential duties temporarily, followed by elections within a specified time frame. However, the political reality is far more nuanced. The various factions within Iran's political system will likely vie for influence, potentially leading to internal power struggles. The conservative faction, known for its hardline stance on social and political issues, will likely seek to consolidate its power. They have been critical of the president's more moderate approach, particularly his engagement with the West on the nuclear deal. Their ascendance could signal a shift towards a more isolationist and confrontational foreign policy. On the other hand, the reformist faction, which advocates for greater political and social freedoms, may see this as an opportunity to push their agenda. They have long been marginalized within the Iranian political system, but the current situation could provide them with an opening to advance their cause. The coming weeks and months will be crucial as Iran navigates this period of transition. The outcome of this political struggle will have profound implications for Iran's internal stability, its foreign policy, and its relationship with the international community. The world will be watching closely as Iran charts its course through these uncharted waters. International reactions, a world watching closely. The international community has responded to the news of the Iranian president's death with a mixture of condolences and cautious observation. World leaders from across the globe expressed their sympathies, acknowledging the tragedy of the situation. However, beneath the veneer of diplomatic courtesy lies a sense of unease and uncertainty about the future of Iran. The United States, which has had a historically fraught relationship with Iran, expressed its condolences while also emphasizing the need for stability in the region. The Biden administration, which has been attempting to revive the Iran nuclear deal, faces a new set of challenges in the wake of the president's death. The future of the deal, already uncertain, now hangs in the balance. European nations, which have been key partners in the nuclear deal, also expressed their condolences and stressed the importance of continued dialogue with Iran. They are particularly concerned about the potential for escalation in the region, given Iran's influence in various conflicts. The European Union has played a crucial role in mediating between Iran and the United States, and their role will become even more critical in the coming months. Russia and China, both of whom have close ties with Iran, offered their condolences and expressed their hope for a smooth transition of power. They have been critical of Western sanctions against Iran and have advocated for greater engagement with the Islamic Republic. Their influence in Iran is likely to grow as the nation navigates this period of uncertainty. The international community is keenly aware of the stakes involved in Iran's political transition. The stability of the region, the future of the nuclear deal, and the global balance of power are all intertwined with the unfolding events in Iran. The world will be watching closely as Iran charts its course through this turbulent period. The aftermath, uncertainty, and instability. The immediate aftermath of the president's death has been marked by uncertainty and a palpable sense of instability. The Iranian people, still reeling from the shock of the news, are grappling with the implications for their nation's future. The political elite, meanwhile, are engaged in a delicate dance of maneuvering and positioning as they prepare for the power vacuum left by the president's demise. The streets of Tehran, usually bustling with life, are subdued, reflecting the somber mood that has gripped the nation. Ordinary Iranians, accustomed to the political turbulence that has often characterized their history, are nevertheless shaken by the suddenness and magnitude of this event. The president, despite his critics, was a symbol of stability in a region often defined by chaos. Within the corridors of power, the political elite are engaged in a complex game of chess, each move calculated to maximize their influence in the post-president era. The conservative faction, emboldened by the president's passing, is likely to push for a more hardline approach, both domestically and internationally. They see this as an opportunity to roll back some of the president's more moderate policies and assert their dominance over the political landscape. The reformist faction, though weakened by the president's death, is not without its own ambitions. They will likely seek to capitalize on the public's desire for change and push for greater political and social freedoms. They face an uphill battle against a more entrenched and powerful conservative establishment, but the current situation could provide them with an unexpected opening. The coming weeks and months will be a period of intense political maneuvering and jockeying for power. The outcome of this struggle will determine the direction of Iran for years to come. The world will be watching closely as Iran navigates this treacherous path, hoping for stability but bracing for the possibility of further turmoil. The future of Iran, a nation at a crossroads. The future of Iran hangs in the balance. The president's death has created a void in leadership, leaving the nation at a crossroads. The path Iran chooses to take in the coming months will have profound implications for its people, its region, and the world. The challenges are immense, the stakes are high, and the outcome remains uncertain. Internally, Iran faces a multitude of challenges. The economy, battered by sanctions and mismanagement, is in dire need of reform. Social tensions, simmering beneath the surface, could erupt into open unrest if not addressed. The political system, characterized by factionalism and power struggles, must find a way to navigate this period of transition without descending into chaos. Externally, Iran faces a complex geopolitical landscape. Its relations with the United States remain strained, the future of the nuclear deal is uncertain, and regional rivalries continue to simmer. The president's death has added another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. The Iranian people, resilient and proud, have weathered many storms throughout their history. They have endured revolutions, wars, and sanctions, emerging from each challenge with their national identity intact. Their capacity for endurance should not be underestimated. However, the current situation presents a unique set of challenges. The president's death has created a sense of uncertainty and anxiety that permeates all levels of Iranian society. The path forward is unclear, the risks are high, and the consequences of missteps could be severe. The world watches with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The hope is for a peaceful transition, a stable Iran, and a resolution to the many challenges that plague the nation and its region. The trepidation stems from the knowledge that the opposite is also possible: a descent into chaos, a deepening of divisions, and a further escalation of regional tensions. The Iran nuclear deal, a landmark agreement reached in 2015 after years of painstaking negotiations, has been a focal point of international attention and a source of ongoing debate. The deal, designed to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief, has been hailed by some as a triumph of diplomacy, while condemned by others as a flawed and dangerous concession. The president who just passed played a pivotal role in securing the deal, demonstrating his commitment to finding a diplomatic solution to a complex and contentious issue. He recognized the crippling effect of sanctions on the Iranian economy and sought to alleviate the suffering of his people while also addressing the concerns of the international community regarding Iran's nuclear program. However, the deal has faced significant opposition, both within Iran and internationally. Hardliners within the Iranian establishment viewed the deal with suspicion, arguing that it compromised Iran's sovereignty and made too many concessions to the West. In the United States, the deal was met with fierce resistance from Republicans, who argued that it was too lenient on Iran and did not adequately address their nuclear ambitions. The Trump administration's decision to withdraw from the deal in 2018 dealt a major blow to the agreement and plunged Iran back into economic hardship. The Biden administration has expressed a willingness to revive the deal, but negotiations have been slow and fraught with difficulties. The president's death adds another layer of complexity to an already delicate situation. The future of the nuclear deal is now more uncertain than ever. The hardliners within Iran, emboldened by the president's passing, may push for a more assertive stance on the nuclear issue, potentially abandoning the deal altogether. The Biden administration, facing domestic pressure and a recalcitrant Iranian leadership, may find it increasingly difficult to revive the agreement. The stakes are high. A collapse of the nuclear deal could lead to a renewed escalation of tensions, a potential nuclear arms race in the Middle East, and a further deterioration of relations between Iran and the West. The world watches with bated breath as the future of the deal hangs in the balance. The president's death has sent ripples throughout the Middle East, a region already grappling with myriad challenges and shifting power dynamics. Iran, a major player in the regional power game, has long been at the center of various conflicts and rivalries, its influence extending from Lebanon to Yemen. The president's passing has created a vacuum in leadership, leaving a void that regional actors are already maneuvering to fill. Saudi Arabia, Iran's arch-rival and a leading Sunni power, views the situation with a mix of caution and opportunity. The Saudis have long been wary of Iran's growing influence in the region, viewing it as a threat to their own regional ambitions. The president's death could potentially weaken Iran's position, providing the Saudis with an opportunity to assert their dominance. Israel, which views Iran as an existential threat, is also closely monitoring the situation. The Israelis have been vocal critics of the Iran nuclear deal and have repeatedly warned of Iran's ballistic missile program and its support for militant groups like Hezbollah. The president's death could potentially lead to a more hardline stance from Iran, further escalating tensions between the two countries. Turkey, a regional power with its own complex relationship with Iran, is also watching the situation closely. Turkey and Iran share a border and have a long history of both cooperation and competition. The president's death could potentially disrupt this delicate balance, leading to either closer ties or renewed rivalry, depending on the direction of Iran's new leadership. The regional implications of the president's death are far-reaching and complex. The power vacuum created by his passing has the potential to reshape alliances, ignite new conflicts, and further destabilize an already volatile region. The world will be watching closely as the regional power dynamics shift and adjust to the new realities of a post-president Iran. The Iranian people, known for their resilience and spirit, are grappling with a wave of emotions in the wake of the president's death. Grief, anger, and uncertainty permeate the streets of Tehran and beyond, as citizens come to terms with the sudden loss of their leader and contemplate the uncertain future that lies ahead. For many, the president's death is a personal loss. He was a familiar face, a constant presence in their lives, a symbol of stability in a world often defined by turbulence. His passing has left a void, a sense of emptiness that is difficult to articulate but deeply felt. The outpouring of grief, both public and private, is a testament to the impact he had on the lives of ordinary Iranians. However, grief is not the only emotion coursing through the nation. Anger, too, is palpable. Directed at the circumstances surrounding the president's death, the perceived injustices of the political system, and the economic hardships that have plagued the nation for years. The president, despite his efforts, was unable to fully alleviate the suffering of his people, and his passing has brought these simmering frustrations to the surface. Uncertainty, perhaps the most pervasive emotion, hangs like a shroud over the nation. The future is unclear, the path forward shrouded in mist. The Iranian people, accustomed to political turbulence, are nevertheless apprehensive about what lies ahead. The president's death has ushered in a new era, one filled with both possibilities and perils. The voice of the Iranian people, often muffled by the constraints of the political system, is now finding expression in the streets, in homes, and online. They are mourning their leader, expressing their anger, and voicing their anxieties about the future. Their voices, a chorus of grief, anger, and uncertainty, will shape the direction of Iran in the coming months and years. The world mourns the passing of Iran's president, a leader whose life was tragically cut short. His death marks the end of an era, a period defined by both progress and setbacks, hope and frustration. As Iran embarks on a new chapter, the nation faces a multitude of challenges, both internal and external. The political landscape is in flux, the economy is struggling, and social tensions simmer beneath the surface. The international community watches with a mix of concern and caution, hoping for stability but bracing for the possibility of further turmoil. The future of Iran, a nation at a crossroads, hangs in the balance. The coming weeks and months will be crucial as Iran navigates this period of transition. The decisions made, the paths chosen, will have profound implications for the Iranian people, the region, and the world. The stakes are high, the challenges are immense, and the outcome remains uncertain. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Iran's president, we are reminded of the fragility of leadership and the unpredictable nature of global events. His passing serves as a stark reminder that even in a world seemingly dominated by technology and progress, the human element remains paramount. The world watches with bated breath as Iran embarks on this uncertain journey. The hope is for a peaceful transition, a stable Iran, and a brighter future for its people. The world mourns the passing of a leader, but it also looks ahead with a mix of hope and trepidation to the future of Iran.